What's up, guys? It's Coach Cam. We're back again. Today, I took a friend of mine, Jackson, through one of my workout templates. So, here we started off with incline cable chest press. And something I learned throughout this workout that you may not know, but it is quite challenging to select weights for somebody who's completely new to weight training and that you're taking them through high intensity training, right? So it's completely different than how most people train. And so it is difficult to select weights. It's going to take a few sessions for you to be able to select that weight that gets you that sweet spot of, a minute 20, a minute 30 seconds to failure. Now, obviously, you don't have to hit those metrics. That's not a requirement or anything like that or a standard. That's just a number that I prefer, and I find that brings just enough intensity to the exercise while still also allowing your cardiovascular system to be brought in. So right here, I'm just checking his form, encouraging him, giving him any tips I can think of that would help him in the moment. But honestly, a lot of it I'm just watching. I'm watching to see his effort level. So here I told him to hold it at the top because I could tell he wasn't going to get another rep. Lower back down slowly. We jumped straight into push-ups. So tried it on the floor. It was too hard. So I put him on an incline here. He did one rep there. And then it's during the second rep here that basically is the end of his chest pressing for this exercise. So next was bicep curls. I forgot to turn the camera, so I'm just going to skip through this part real quick, but imagine that I would have turned the camera at the right time, but he's already started the exercise. So here you can see him doing easy bar preacher curls. Again, had to really guess on the weight, and this is actually one of the ones I guessed good with. So chest press was good, push-ups was a little too hard. Now with the curls here, took him under 2 minutes, so I'd call that a win. And he was confessing to me it was good enough weight. If it wasn't, I could have slid on 2.5s on either side. It's important to understand that when you're training during a set, if it's way off, if the weights are way off, way heavy, way light, then stop and add on or take away weight. You want the weight to be challenging so you can take the set to failure. But provided you take it to failure within a reasonable time frame, you should get the same results. So, and what do I consider a reasonable time frame? Probably 30 seconds or 30 or 45 seconds up to maybe 3 minutes. So as long as you go to failure, you did what's required. Now, it wasn't as efficient if it took you 3 minutes. Here you can see I assist him here to get another rep just because I know he's not going to be able to get it on his own. And we go up and lower down slow. Very, very challenging here. Challenging for the muscle, challenging for your entire body. Next, lat pull down. So I need to get a new lat pull down bar because I don't know if you guys have seen one of my previous videos. You can find it on my page about how your grip is not failing you in pulling exercises. It's the bar you're using. So this bar, like most conventional lat pull down bars, spins in the middle. It has a hinge and it will spin on you. And so what happens is you go to grip it, you get your perfect grip, you go to sit down, and immediately your hand slips back into a weaker grip position and the bar is constantly trying to roll out of your hands. So most people will use straps on exercises like this thinking they have weak grip, when in fact you don't have weak grip. The bar is constantly trying to spin out from you. It'd be as if the pull-up bars all rotated as you grabbed them. It'd be like a carnival trick or something to try to hold on to that. It's pretty much what most lat pull-down bars are, and people don't train hard enough to maybe even notice that it's happening. So I need to invest in a straight fixed bar. I might just glue this one in the middle and see if that works. But anyway, about this point, I started asking him as I saw his fingertips were basically all that was holding on. I asked him, hey, is your grip failing? He said, yes. So then I go ahead and hook these Kensui Swissy grip handles that you can see hanging there in the blue. Hang those up on his bar to take away the grip factor, because those aren't going to spin on you, right? Also, this I underestimated the weight, so it was too light. He did many reps. I'll show you at the end, but he did about 15 or so reps with this. Just unnecessary, right? Most of my training, if you watch, I only do like 9 reps at the very most. And it's not about reps, it's about tension in the muscles, contracting the muscles. Most people think you're contracting the muscles when you actually move the weight, when you pull the weight or push the weight, when even just holding the weight off the ground or off of the machine is contracting muscles. It's called an isometric contraction. Everyone forgets about that one, but it exists because your muscles are producing force. So he keeps going here. I can tell he's getting tired, and I'm kind of getting tired of seeing him do reps. And I'm like, you know what? I'm either going to add weight or something. So I tell him right here, hold this, just hold it down, to give him kind of a different challenge here. And then I get the bright idea, okay, you're stronger in isometric hold than you are concentric. So I rest my arms on the weight stack to give it some extra weight. And I'm pressing down, trying to make it harder for him. And then I say, all right, go ahead and lower back up once he starts failing it. So lower it up slow. So that's how you can recover from your client maybe having too light of a weight. You can go ahead and add some resistance. So then I said, forget it. When we do this barbell, I'm not adding any weight, not taking any chances. This was a good one, lasted about a minute. This is obviously triceps and shoulders, and he executed it very well. I also assisted him in getting the very last rep. So, I obviously can't assist myself in getting a final rep. When I train myself, I just have to hold the weight in an isometric hold, which is fine. I mean, as long as you cannot move the weight in a positive direction, you've reached muscle failure. You just want to do it in a slow enough fashion to stimulate all the type 1 and type 2 muscle fibers. If you pick a heavy weight and go to failure in like 20 seconds, then you probably didn't stimulate your type 1 fibers as much. So that's the benefit of increasing a bit of that time under tension, or whatever people call it. I just call it the set duration. Next, here's seated cable rows. We try to do body rows, which I really like and you usually see me doing, where I hang the barbell on the rack and just lean back and do my rows. It's a little too difficult, so I was like, well, forget it. We'll do seated cable rows. I can add whatever weight we need. This, again, was a little bit too light, and the supinated grip position he has right here didn't last very long, so I swapped out the attachment and threw the neutral grip Swissies on there so we could hold it better. And we just did that as fast as possible. It took like 10 seconds. Jump right back into the set. And honestly, he liked this workout, and he was telling me how awesome it was to just condense the work. And he realized how most of his workouts recently just have way too much work. He's doing 3 sets of 12 for 3, 4, 5 exercises, and just so many reps that are not very stimulating, not very effective reps, right? You want every rep to be an effective rep, and that's why you want to find that sweet spot with the weight and your body positioning and the tempo you want to use so that it's safe and effective. That's the biggest thing. You want it to be safe and effective. If it's effective and you're jacked, but you keep getting injured, then it's not very safe. So how are you going to do it the rest of your life, So pick a weight that's reasonable and take it to failure. Now, he can make adjustments from this moving forward. He could find, okay, I need to add weight on these exercises, subtract weight on these. Here, I told him just hold this weight back, isometric hold, and I did the same thing as before. I pressed down on the weight stack. So overall, it was a great workout, good learning experience for both of us. Hopefully, you guys can take away something from this video. It's going to take a few workouts to find the best weight.